We sense that normal isn't coming back, that we are being born into a new normal, a new kind of society, a new relationship to the earth, a new experience of being human. Charles Einstein. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. This is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu, intuitive quantum goddess coach and a multidimensional healer, a bestseller, #1 bestseller. And I am so excited to be sharing the messages that will be coming through this week to help you and guide you through the week. And as always, I will begin with a little talk about what the energy of the week is like, what messages are coming through. And then we're going to dive into what cards showed up for this week and what your individual message is through the cards. Excuse me. And then we're going to end with we're going to end with a meditation that you can do throughout the week to make sure that you're always in alignment with your true north. So let's go ahead and begin. So this week's message that has been screaming at me since I tuned in is the whole concept of what is normal after all of this is done, after this COVID then is done and society is beginning gently to open up again. Now, I believe this message is coming in. I read that quote at the beginning for a reason because it's just perfect for what this week is all about. As some of the societies begin to gently open up, a lot of people are hoping to return to what used to be. And I'm talking about this because here's the truth. What used to be no longer is and no longer will be. We're being given the opportunity to rather create what will be ahead of us. We're being given the opportunity to begin to create what we want our society to be. What kind of society do you want to live in? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of experiences do you want to have? And I'm getting this urgency of, at first it's an anxiety. People feeling anxious because they want things to return to normal, but things will not return to normal. You are not the same. No one is the same. The COVID has affected everybody and in turn literally transformed us on a DNA level, on a deeper level. We don't need to go back to what used to be, but rather use what we have learned from this experience to create what we really want. That is what is important here. So I'm going to ask the questions again. What experiences, like while you had time to yourself, while you were sitting at home, while you were contemplating, really submerged into your life, did you love the life that you've created? Or did you want to change something? What do you want to experience more? What kind of life do you want to create? The creator archetype has been strongly activated in all of us through this experience with the virus, and it continues to. Here's the thing, this transformation, this transformative energy that we're in is going on. This is just the beginning of it. You are still transforming. And the transformation is coming in the way as the questions that I stated. Who are you? And what would you like to experience in your time here on earth? And did you realize through your quarantine time or time with yourself, did you realize finally that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and that when this human experience is over, you return back to your spiritual self and your spiritual home? Did you realize that there's a part of you that decided to come down here and have certain experiences? And did you realize what those experiences are? If you weren't able to really dive deep here to get these answers, this week is going to be coming in very strongly. So I want you to contemplate on these inquiries that I'm giving you. We're no longer coming back to a world that tolerates just being, or just because, or I'm just doing just. No. We're waking up to a whole new reality, a whole new world, a whole new society, a whole new life, a whole new way of being. And it is up to you to define what is true to you and what is in alignment with you. Because my reality that my soul, my higher self wants to experience as human on this planet might be completely different from yours. But somehow, once we all awaken to this truth, it all comes together beautifully, fits together beautifully to uplift our world, to uplift our society, to uplift our systems. What is the truth you've been hiding from? Because this week is coming up. It is coming up. So if you haven't done these inquiries, make sure to spend some time really asking yourself, what kind of world are you waking up to? Is this the world you want to live in? Are you having the experiences that you and your higher self want to have as a human? And if not, what kind of experiences do you want to have as a human being on this planet? To feel fulfilled, to feel joyful, to feel whole. What kind of experiences do you want to have? So I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like as you are diving into the inquiries and listening to the questions, it's going to spark something in you, ignite something in you that will allow you to really dig in deep and get these truths out. Or I should say the truth will make its way up to the surface. Now, this is not a truth that is like harsh in your face unless you're fighting it. It's something that you've always known is within you. It is something that you've always wanted to experience. It's something that you've always wanted to live in and as. It is your north, your north star. It is your soul truth, your soul path. So it's something that when it comes up, it's more like you're taking a deep breath of fresh air. You will feel a sense of, this is what I'm here to do. And the moment you realize it, you will notice the synchronicities and the miracles and the blessings and the support that begin to flow to you, to support you, to make sure that that truth blossoms in every area of your life and grows to become even a bigger tree. So that is the overall energy that I'm getting for this week. Now let's go ahead and dive into the messages, the individual messages for this week. So if you haven't done this yet, just go ahead and close your eyes, taking some deep breaths in You can place your hand on your heart, one hand on the heart, one on the womb. And let's go ahead and call our higher selves, our Holy Spirit selves, to come and join us at this time, to be within us at this time. Not just join us, we're calling in our higher selves and our Holy Spirit selves to awaken within us now. And from this place, go ahead and ask which of these questions, or which of these cards, which of these messages are for me this week. 1, 2, or 3. Taking a deep breath in. Listen to your sweet, divine inner voice. And once you receive your number, open your eyes. All right, so for this week, I'm using the Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. I love this deck. When I asked which deck should I use for this card, my higher self was like, you need to use something with a higher vibration, a higher frequency, because we're in that phase of activation. We're in the phase of igniting your truth, your true light within you, your true fire, your divine fire within you. So the messages will be doing that for you. And this card deck popped out to me. I love it. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and begin. If you were called to card number 1, your card is this: forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. This card is like so perfect, especially with the message that came through for this week. And here is the message from the card. Go ahead and open up to receive. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you will likely not even take the first step. Don't let the small detail, like being unable to find someone to show you the way, be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, put one foot in front of the other, and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them. They lead themselves. Whew. Already, I know this is my card. Like, it's screaming at me. I'm like getting chills all over. This is a card for leaders. You are here to pave a path that hasn't been walked before. To go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward for all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on the topic you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. Whew. This is definitely my card. If this is your card, I hope you're feeling the energy coming out of this. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life experience. Don't look to those who have come before you to walk out your path. Leaders must forge their own path. Ooh. Leaders must forge their own path. Do it for your daughter. Do it for your son. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who will follow. When you go first, you will make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. So this week, if you're drawn to card number 1, I want you to really kind of chew on these inquiries, soul inquiries. How are you being called to forge rather than follow? And how can you be a leader? How can you be the leader you wish you had? Whew. I'm telling you, this card is like, if this card called to you, I would love to know how you're feeling as you're receiving this message. It is fire over here. So I'm going to read the soul inquiry again. How are you being called to forge rather than follow? And how can you be the leader you wish you had? Oh, I love this so much. So if you're drawn to card number 1 this week, it's about making your own path. There's something within you. There's something that you're passionate about that you've been called to share in some way, shape, or form. And it is time to start that. I know for me, the first thing that came in is my podcast, my new podcast, which I'm dropping today. Or actually, yeah, today. I'm starting today. I already recorded some of the topics I'm very passionate about. It's called Sovereign Divinity Podcast. And I did this so that I can start speaking about the things that I'm passionate about. All things divine. I want to speak about, I am going to speak about how we as humanity need to embrace our divinity. It is so important. We need to embody our higher selves because that unlocks so much, so many amazing tools for us to use on this planet as human beings. I'm going to talk more about that in the podcast, but I'm so excited to drop this. That's one of the things that I've been really wanting to do, but for some reason held myself back, So if you have something that you're supposed to do, you're being called to do it, you feel that call strongly, it's time to drop that. It's time to get that going because I promise you there are others that need to hear this. It is so needed at this time. So let's go ahead and move to card number 2. If you were, let's see here. There we go. If you're drawn to card number 2, this is your card. Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. I love this card. I feel like this card is kind of like for everybody. This wholeness, unity thing with it. Perhaps because we are diving into the energy of Mama Earth. So let's see what the message is for you if you're drawn to card number 2. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses. Also known as spirit paths, they've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australia, Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion at these sacred sites, sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or to tend the land you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers or nature spirits of that land? As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. So I'm getting this like 2 aspects to this. If you're drawn to card number 2, some of you, this involves you actually making plans to travel to these soul places, which means like these places on the planet that your soul is itching to go to. For example, for me, I've always been drawn to visit the southern part of France and visit the areas where Mary Magdalene and Joan of Arc have touched. I'm also being drawn to connect to the old churches around the world. Like this is something that it pulsates within my soul. Like I envision myself sitting in these old churches and channeling messages that are coming through these powerful sites. So, and then the second part is I'm getting like farming, like actually, touching the earth, tilling the earth, playing with the earth, planting something, gardening, working with your yard, working with plants. Like this is the second part of connecting with the earth itself. And I'm getting those who the second part really resonates with them. There's an awakening coming in. It's almost like feeling alive again, receiving your life again as you connect more fully with Mother Earth. So here is this card actually comes with a starseed activation. So go ahead and close your eyes, taking a deep breath in and open up to receive this. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. And I'm getting the picture as I'm reading this, is that this will be powerful for you when you go step outside, whether barefoot or actually sit on the earth and touch the earth. Like become one with the earth and then read or whisper these words. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment. So be it, and so it is. This is a good one. So now let's go ahead and jump to card number 3. Let's see here. If you were drawn to card number 3, this is your message. You got the love. And this is bringing in the star seed energy. You can see the picture is quite beautiful. It's really embodying your star seed light. So this is about the Hadarian energy. Remember the different types of soul star seeds, like depending on where your soul originated from, Andromedan, Hadarian, there's many others. I know my soul is Andromedan. So this card is really speaking to the Hadarians who are the soul of love. And it's also bringing in the messages of codependency and boundaries. Ooh, I think we know where this is going, right? So here's the message, open to receive. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in first. They are here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first, and then establish healthy relationship with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain oh my gosh, I can't say this word, volatility to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe or cover. And here is your soul inquiry to chew on this week. Do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? And how can you develop a deeper love for yourself? I'm going to repeat it again. Do you lose yourself in a relationship? And if so, how? And how can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Now, there's another message coming with this card, is that the good news is you don't have to do this by yourself. Call in your higher self. Remember this, from this moment forward, from this year moving forward, is all about embodying the highest aspect of yourself, embodying your higher self, operating from that space of your Holy Spirit self and your higher self, right? So call in your higher self, call in your Holy Spirit self, and ask them to help you with this, to help you create a better boundary, when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, to help you choose those people who will nourish you as much as you nourish them. To call in your divine team, your divine circle, your higher self, your Holy Spirit self, to really help you through this, because I'm getting that this is something that can be, you have the opportunity to resolve it very quickly. If you work with your team, your divine team. So make sure you do that. Call them in. They're ready. They're on standby. Get them in there. Get it done. Get a beautiful, healthy boundary in place and go from there. So that was card number 3. And now let's go ahead and just end this weekly forecast with a meditation that will nourish you through the week. So again, we're starting, just a little recap. We're starting this week's energy. We're starting off with a call to leaders to step it up, to create a new path. Yes, we have mentors that show us the path that we're supposed to be on, but we have to know that they're not going to do the work for us. What we're here to do, what we're here to spread, what we're here to share, is our own path that is needed at this time. There's something within you that has been calling you to step it up, to share, to post, to create. It is time to do that. And then next is about connecting to Mother Earth, connecting to the power places on the earth, and anchoring in that, in that divine mother's energy, and feel alive through that connection. And then we end with that energy of unconditional love that the Hadarians, the star seeds, are blessing us with. But at the same time, a reminder for them to not get lost in their relationships or use their relationships to cover up the work they're supposed to do, but to rather face use their relationships as mirrors and face the things that they need to bring back into balance within themselves, and to create a better barrier, not a barrier, a boundary around them, because love itself is such a protector. Love itself is such a big boundary. When you're a soul that can give easily and it's constantly pouring out of you, if you don't have a boundary, you attract all sorts of people that would just love to take, which will leave you depleted and not nourished. With a boundary, you call in people who will also give as much as you do and nourish you as much as you nourish them. So that's a little bit of the summary. Let's go ahead and jump right into the meditation. Just find a comfortable position that you will not be disturbed in. Close your eyes, taking a deep breath in and out. I want you to drop that energy ball from your forehead. Drop it right into your heart. Bring your mind into your heart. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Divine Mother of all life, take us to that place deep within your womb where we know nothing and can be reborn anew. Divine Mother of all life, take us to that place deep within your womb where we know nothing and can be reborn anew. Divine Mother of all life, take us to that place, deep within your womb, where we can know nothing and be reborn in you. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Imagine, see, sense, or feel this beautiful pillar of light coming down from above, entering into your crown, going all the way down. See it anchor into your heart. And there you begin to see a beautiful star emerge and get brighter. It might even look like a sun, actually. You can see this getting bigger and bigger and brighter until it has completely surrounded you. Like you're submerged in that light, in that flame. And allow that pillar of light to continue down, 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 down. Let it enter into the earth as it's anchoring your light above into the, into the physicality, into the physical reality, into the earth, into your world, into your life. So bring the heavenly light down through your heart. Let it anchor into your heart and then go all the way down. And then let it spread out into that physical reality, the earth. Beautiful. So now you're standing in the middle of this pillar of light. And then around that pillar of light, you begin to see a golden bubble emerge that is around you. So this is the angelic frequency ray that is surrounding you now. Now this golden bubble of light holds the frequency of your divine team surrounding you. So go ahead and breathe into this and allow this golden of light to just nurture you and hold you and support you. Taking a deep breath in here and out. And now we're going to call in our higher selves and our Holy Spirit selves to come down and be embodied with us now. Calling in our divine team to begin to show themselves. So you see this bubble of light, this circle of light actually. You begin to see your divine team show up. Now a divine team can be goddesses, can, entail goddesses, your higher self is in there, from guardians from the animal kingdom, archangels, angels, ascended masters. Everybody has their own team, so your team is going to be showing up at this time. Go ahead and ask them to mentor you at this time, that you're open to receiving their guidance and their mentorship. Taking a deep breath in here. Just receive. I want you to just be in the energy and just breathe. And with each breath, make sure you're breathing in that golden light and infusing it into every part of your body, every part of your world, your life. Just let it spread out. Taking a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, give thanks to them for their support. Give thanks to your higher self for being here with you, for showing you the path and showing you the way and supporting you through your what you're here to do, especially this week. And go ahead and repeat after me. I open myself completely to the miracles, to the synchronicities, and the blessings that are meant for me. I am always in the right place at the right time. I am always in the right place at the right time. I am always in the right place at the right time. So be it, and so it is. Taking a deep breath in, bringing in all the energy through your body, anchoring into Mother Earth. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Be here now. Beautiful. So this meditation, you can even do it while you're sitting on Mother Earth, or while you have your barefoot on Earth, when you're connecting to that Mother Earth energy, when you're working in your garden. It'll be even more potent. But thank you so much again for receiving this message for the week. I would love to hear how it resonated with you, which messages you were drawn to. And if you haven't joined my group on Facebook yet, if you are on Facebook, check out my Moon Goddess Sacred Sanctum group. And there you can come in and kind of share your experience with these goddess energy forecasts that you've been receiving on a weekly basis. And of course, I have many other goodies there that you can listen to and learn. So if you love my energy and you love my teachings, go ahead and check me out on Facebook and request to join the group. So until next time, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and press that subscribe button, as well as that little bell next to it, so that every time I post a new video, you'll be notified. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting this. Thank you so much for being here and receiving the light and the teachings. So many blessings to you. And until next time, goodbye and have a wonderful week.